he's gay, and he sits like this. Doesn't he, Scott? And he looks at us like, he looks and goes, what? And then we have Harris. Harris is a bit of a dumb one. He looks like, come on and play, everybody! I want to come on and play! And then we've got Captain Jack, who is a Jack Russell, and Jack's a thud. He goes, I'm gonna mess you up. He's a bit of a hard ass, yeah.
You have a auction going on.
Oh, sorry,
right now.
no, Dogs Trust, yes.
Getting him back.
I like to, I donate a lot of stuff to Dogs Trust. In fact, I just cleared out my closet. And I donated a lot of suits and t-shirts and things and clothes.
Pajama bottoms
and bathrobes.
So if you want to get into his pants,
you can. I think there's an auction going on online for you that you can go on and do that. And all the money goes to a good cause because Dogs Trust. The reason I love them so much, they never put a healthy animal to sleep. They will wait till that dog is rehomed. And it's a very sad thing to go visit Dogs Trust. And I'm banned by Scott to go visit because what happens every time I go, Scott? I bring home a dog. It's not a bad thing, but when you're starting getting up into the number, I can have hundreds of them, you know. But yeah. Anyway.
So we're going to try to raise a little money for Dogs Trust.
Oh, good.
C2E2 spares no expense. I have 10 lightning fast questions.
10 lightning fast, okay.
For every question you get right, I will give $1. Big money.
And you know what? I will double that dollar.
So you ready? All right. Winter in Cardiff or Chicago? Please no help from the audience.
No help from the audience. Well, I have to go based on my partner Scott because he would be with me, and he came when we were in Chicago. I know this is supposed to be lightning fast, but when he was last in Chicago and it was winter, his snot froze, so I'll have to say Cardiff.
That is correct.
Yay!
Fez or military overcoat?
Military overcoat.
Correct.
Come on.
Chicago Red Hot or haggis?
Say it again.
Red Hot, Chicago Red Hot hot dog, or haggis?
Haggis.
Oh, we were looking for Red Hot. I'm sorry.
Well, haggis is a lot thicker than a hot dog.
Sondheim or Weber?
Sorry, Andrew Sondheim.
That was the correct answer.
I'm sure it was. Putting it together.
West End or Broadway?
That's not fair. Because I have been offered other Broadway shows, and I've done 2, and I was just offered another West End show, but
We'll take that's not fair.
I'm gonna have to, what?
We'll take that's not fair.
No, you think that's not fair, but going based on how many I've done in the West End, but because I want to do it, I'll say Broadway. Was that right?
Broadway was the correct answer.
It was the correct answer. Good.
Chips or crisps?
Sorry. Well, if it was Scott, he'd say chips because when he was growing up, his fantasy was Eric Estrada. Actually, no, it was the blonde one, wasn't it? No, it was Eric Estrada. He likes that Latino thing. How you doing? I'd have to say crisps.
Correct.
Thank you. Less fat.
Stars or BBC?
Oh.
How quickly they turn.
Hold on a minute. This is my question. Now, I'm going to have to get you to home in a little more, homie. A homo. Are we talking BBC America or BBC One?
BBC One.
I'm sorry, I have to agree, Stars.
We were actually looking for BBC.
I know you were. But without Stars, we wouldn't have had Torchwood. So, that's why I have to say Stars.
Deep dish pizza or curry?
Oh.
Oh, I hate curry.
Correct.
Deep dish pizza.
A rose or a gilded lily? See what I did there?
No, what did you do there? I would have to say be a gilded lily. Definitely.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who would you rather snog? The 10th Doctor or the 11th Doctor?
Well, I'm going to have to just put my cards all on the table here because his nickname was David 10-inch. And he was able to compete next to Captain Jack. I think it would have to be, he's my doctor. Yeah, it's David.
I'm sorry, we were actually looking for yes, please.
Sandwich!
Bonus question and final question. Complete the phrase. If it's not Scottish, it's...
Is this something I said? If it's not Scottish, it's not worth it. I don't know.
Anybody?
What? Is it? We don't get Saturday Night Live in the UK.
You're welcome.
Is it? Okay, if it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Brilliant.
I think I should get that anyway, because I didn't know. You caught me off guard there.
You've been such a good sport, I'm gonna donate $50.
Okay, and I'll add 50, so we've got 100.
I would now like
Okay,
to
10th or 11th Doctor.
yes, please. I'd like to turn it over to you guys. There are mics, so if you want to...
You know what, just make sure your questions are like, I know, never mind anyway, I'm just shut up. I just want people to get as many questions answered as possible, so I'll shut up.
Yes. He did it.
Go ahead, the lady who was up there first.
Way in the back.
Hi, John. Thanks for coming. I love your Captain America t-shirt.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Scott, come here and show them yours. Quick. Quick.
Love it.
Okay.
I wanted to know what the differences were in filming in the U.S. versus the U.K. Like, what do you like? Better about those, one or the other?
Well, I have to tell you that filming in both countries, having done a lot of work in both countries, filming is very much the same. People work hard, people get the job done, people enjoy what they do. I'd have to say the biggest difference was that in America there was more food. The craft service is very big, but I know a lot of you, when I say BBC or Stars, blah, 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 I was happy to do Torchwood in both countries, both with Stars, both with the BBC. I love playing Captain Jack. I love doing the show. It's an amazing thing for me. Jack has changed my life. You've changed my life. So for me to have to choose, all joking aside, I'm happy wherever it's done, because I know some of you guys were like, oh, it's not going to be the same, it's not going to be, but you know what? The characters were there. It might have been a little bit different, but the fact that it still kept me employed and we got to do it, that was the most cherished thing for us. Next, the gentleman there. Front mic.
Maybe. Hey, there we go. Hey, do you have any advice for aspiring young musical theater people?
Are you good?
When I meet the doctor, once I prove my worth, and then I meet the doctor, what I'm waiting for since birth.
And through all his doctor wisdom, by my looks he won't be blinded. Do you think the doctor is dumb? Or like Oots, he's so small-minded? No, he'll say to me, I see who you truly are, Jack, a man on whom I can rely. And that's where we'll begin, the doctor and I. Well done, but you're not Maria. I think the most important thing is to train and be good at what you do. My dad was a big believer, and he taught all my brother, my sister, and I. He said, no matter what you do in life, be good at it, because then nobody can deny you anything. And I've tried to keep that as my motto. I believe you should get good training and work hard. And don't do it if you want to do it, don't do it as a hobby. Because there's so many people who do it as a hobby and are crap at it. And they stand in the way of the people who really are passionate about it. And if you can have that passion and do that's the same for any career. Have passion about it and do it, you will do it well. So that's really the only advice I can give you, because otherwise it's hard work and it's a bit of luck. Yeah? And the casting couch. No. Next one behind.
Hi there.
Hi.
Gold Star Gay also. Thanks for being out and proud.
Good.
How much do you look forward to becoming the face of Bo?
Well, if it means I'm in all those episodes of Doctor Who, I'm quite happy about it. I remember the day when Russell wrote that. David read the script. We were filming one of the episodes. Again, I can't remember which episode. There was, so many jumping about and filming stuff. David came to my trailer and he went, "Oh my God, you got to read this." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You won't believe who you are." I'm like, "Don't tell me." 2 days later, I went, "David, oh my God, I know who I am." I said, "Can you believe it?" I'm like, "No." Big face. The face of Bo, it's interesting because we always talk about how Jack would become the face of Bo. And there's a line that, I can't remember again which episode, but I remember the line. I say something to the extent of, "I've died in many ways, I've had a javelin through my heart, and da-da-da-da, but I've never put my head on a railroad track." So, to chop his head off. So it was something to that extent, and that was how we thought maybe he became the face of Bo, but we will probably never know.
Thank you.
No, but it's good. You guys have imaginations. Write about it. Tell me. I don't care.
Well.
Next, fan fiction, exactly.
At a comic convention, James Marster said he would rather kiss you than any woman he's ever acted with.
That's because I give tongue.
And I was just wondering if the opinion was the same on your part.
Yes, James is very good. I do have to say that he was a bit nervous on the day that we did that sequence. And I remember also his girlfriend was there with him. And when we were rehearsing, I just said, I'm very comfortable with who I am and what I do. And kissing a man is the same as kissing a woman. I've kissed both, And so I said to him, if you got any issues or problems, tell me. I want to make you as comfortable as possible. And we came to it, and we did the first take and snogged, and we finished, and they went, "Cut," and I went, "You okay?" And he went, "Yeah, I'm fine." He walked over, and his girlfriend, he was like, "Oh." And I looked at the camera operator, and I went, "Just got to reassure himself there." But I loved him for that, because then he would come back and he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine now. I'm all right. Like, "You okay to do it again?" And jokingly, we kept doing. We'd go, "Cut, do it again," and I just kept doing this for a little while. "Cut, do it again," and he would every time he'd walk over and go to his girlfriend. By the end of the day, she was chapped all. Anyway, no, he's a good kisser. I enjoyed myself. It was a great episode. Great episode. In the back, then.
Hi. Okay. So I was wondering how you feel as like a representative of queers in sci-fi, and because for me as a bisexual, a queer person, it's been really cool to see Captain Jack, kind of explore the length and breadth of like gender and sexuality. So I'm curious to know what your opinion is on that.
Well, that's a very big question. I have to be honest first off the bat. I don't accept roles and do things because of their sexuality. I do them because they interest me. And it so happens that, that first kiss that Jack did with the doctor, that was when we all discovered that he was omnisexual. And, or if you want to say bisexual, we say on the show omnisexual. But I myself, personally, I've said, I think it's gonna get in trouble for this. No, it's a little bit of my soapbox. But, you know, there's more gays and lesbians represented on American television than anywhere else in the world. And I think that's a fantastic thing. I just don't think that they're always represented in the right way. I think that there's a diversity amongst, as there are in the heterosexual community, there are in the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender community. Everybody is different. We've got butch, we've got macho, we've got, you know, effeminate, we've got, you name it, we've got it. But it always seems that they're portraying the effeminate. So I was quite proud to be an action hero. I was quite proud to be an action man, a hero to young men and women, and also gay and lesbian women who could actually look at myself and Scott. We are men. We just happen to like men. That's the way it is, right? Doesn't mean we don't like women, but also the fact that that I being that hero, and you know, young people. If I had someone like Captain Jack when I was younger to look up to, I wouldn't have had to have hidden who I was for a long time, because I would have been proud to be who I was at the age of 8 and 9 when I knew that I was gay. So I'm exceptionally proud of it, and not every gay man or gay woman agrees with me on how I feel, but that's my opinion, and you asked for it, and I appreciate that you did ask, so there you go.
In the front.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Just hold on to it and pretend it's me. Now you're speechless.
I've never been speechless. I'm resisting the urge to say listen over and over until you react. After watching Christopher and His Kind, do you have any ideas about how Jack and Eleven might meet?
I don't know if they ever will.
You've seen Christopher and His Kind, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well then.
No.
Oh.
No. But
Matt Smith likes touching boys in Christopher and His Kind.
Does he?
You need to watch it.
Maybe I will now. There's a big gay reason to watch that. I don't know if Matt and Jack will meet. It's up to Stephen Moffat. Sorry, so many names in my head. It's up to Stephen. It's up to if they do with the 50th anniversary. I have to say, just personally, this is John talking, and you know, I have an opinion like everybody else, but I'd be really disappointed if Jack wasn't involved. But that's not my decision, and if he's not, then I have to kind of just move on from that. But it would be interesting to see. I know Matt would like it to happen. I would like it to happen. I think it would be an interesting thing. I think there'd be a great dynamic there.
You'd throw River out, right?
No, yeah. Jack's got to flirt with everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome. In the back now.
Hello, thank you for coming. My question is, what was your favorite superhero when you were a kid, and who is your favorite superhero now?
Yeah, it has to be Captain America. I also like Superman. I like Iron Man. I remember when a friend of mine, when I grew up in Pressbury, just outside of Aurora, his name was Scott Von Hoff, and his brother Ross and Scott and I, we used to play in their basement with Superhero, the dolls, the
Action figures.
The action figures, yeah. Dolls. I'd somehow always slip a Barbie in there. She's gonna be the girlfriend! But I didn't have the rest of the hair. Anyway, Barbie and Thor got along really well. I like superheroes. I love that idea, and I think that's why a lot of us as children and as we grow up, we enjoy superheroes because it's an escape. It's something that takes us to a reality in a world that actually is not real, but boy is it a fun one, boy is it a great one, and it's a great fantasy world to be a part of. So, I could tell you the reasons why I like each one of them, but it would go on forever, but those are my favorites. And Scott and I have just been, Scott was never into superheroes in that way before he met me, but now he wears the shirts all the time. We've just been and bought a bunch, so I I'm a geek like everybody else.
Thank you.
Your new book, Hollow World, right?
Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth.
Great.
Will you be doing the audio novel of it?
I've already done it.
You've already done it?
Yes. And it's the full version of the book.
That's awesome. But would you be able to come home and read it to me? Please.
Would you mind?
My wife won't mind.
You're both okay. A modern family. Sorry, honey. We'll talk later. Thank you, though. Thank you. In the back.
Hi, John.
Hi.
How did you get your part in The Producers?
I was doing Anything Goes in the West End, the revival the second time around, and the whole production team came over and they saw it at the National Theater, and they approached me afterwards and they said, you know, we'd love for you to be in the movie. Susan Stroman, who directed it and also was the choreographer of many other shows, she knew my work, and basically that's how it happened. And there I was in the Producers, so that was how it happened, really. It was really, really good. And I was a blonde, and they do have a lot more fun. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'll say. I remember walking down. I told Scott. I said I was walking down in New York. I'd walk down the street, and I didn't know at that time whether people would recognize me from my Broadway days or whatever. But a lot of people were looking at me, so I put the gray hair and I put the big blue contacts in that they gave me, and I walked down the street and I was the big blonde gay. It's good. Yes, in front.
Hi, this is the most obscure fangirliest question you've
No,
ever
it's
seen.
not. Believe me.
Well, we'll see.
The things I've seen and heard.
Okay, on your first Broadway album, the first time I bought it, it was scratched.
On the first,
The Broadway album
Yes.
that has Sunset Boulevard on it.
yes.
The first one I bought was scratched, so I had to buy another one. So I kept the scratched one in my car for John Barrowman emergencies if I didn't have my iPod.
We love that.
Yes. So I didn't listen to it very often, so it took me almost 2 years to find out that there is an Easter egg on that.
There is.
Yes, and I can't find anything online or in your books about it, so I wonder if you would talk about that song and why you kind of like hid it and didn't put it on later versions of the album.
That's Nothing Gonna Harm You, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I did Nothing's Gonna Harm You, Sondheim, with my mother. And it is an Easter egg, and if you let the album, if you let the DVD, the disc play on, or if it was vinyl, which I don't think it was, I think it's 16.2 seconds.
It's 6 minutes, I think.
Is it 6 minutes?
Yeah, and then it starts to play.
Yeah, and it's another
It's a
song,
great
and it's my mother singing Nothing's Gonna Harm You, and I'm singing it to her. I just wanted to do it. It was my friend Beverly, who is from Joliet, was one of my mentors in music, Beverly Holt. She played on the album. She played the piano and the keyboards on it. So, I'm very much into giving back and into doing things for people who have helped me along the way. And so I wanted to do that for both, my mom and for Bev. My mother wanted to be a singer when she was younger, and my mother had a beautiful voice. But my mother growing up during the war, it was more important for them to have a bomb shelter in their back garden in Glasgow than it was to go to stage school. So she always vowed, as did my dad, with any of the children, if they were ever musically inclined, they would support them rather than hinder them. Or tell them they can't do that, it's not a good way to go. They were completely diverse with all of us. So that's why I did it. And if you go online, she has sung in some of my concerts. And she sang at every one of our weddings, that my brother and sister and I, when we've all got hitched, she sang. And so that's why I do it.
Why did you hide it? I mean, why does it?
I didn't hide
not
it.
On later
No.
versions?
I didn't hide it. It's sometimes it's fun to do Easter. You know about Easter eggs yourselves. That's why you do them, because it's taken 15 years since the album was done that someone has talked about it, and some people are just discovering it. That's what's great about it. I didn't put it on later albums, and also because the producer at the time, who was a bit of a jerk, I wanted to put it on as a main track, but he didn't. And so at that time, because I wasn't as, shall we say, strong in my career and able to tell people what I wanted, I had to let it be done that way. So there you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. In the back.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Could I call you John?
You can call me whatever you like.
You can call me Sweetie. Okay, so a couple... You're welcome. So a couple of years ago, you filmed a documentary with the BBC here in Chicago about your sexuality, your family, and part of it at Northwestern.
Correct.
As well. So my question is, would you and Scott be open to a double date with me and my boyfriend?
I will have to leave that up to my partner, Scott, to decide. You know what, send us pictures. Where in the program did it say about us wanting to do double dates? I don't remember that. No, that's very, very nice, very kind of you, but I never say no to anything.
See you later. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Nice coat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I am.
That's all right. I got a time commitment here.
What was your favorite prop, either from Torchwood or Doctor Who, and did you get to keep your coat?
I do have my own coat, but I had it made because they made about 6 or 7 of them per series because we trashed some. We always had one which was called the hero coat. I have one of the hero coats. It cost a lot of money because they were handmade and they were a specific length. Because this is the technical end of it. They had to be a certain length and so they could billow in the wind. And also,
The flappy quality is hard to get.
yeah, the flappy quality is very hard to get. Although sometimes if you have a flappy quality, you should see a doctor. It had to be a certain weight. It had to be weight in the bottom. It had to also be able to, so that we could run in it, because many a time David and I bit the dust in our coats running because our heels got caught in them. So I do have a coat, and I do wear it around the house, as Scott knows, vacuuming sometimes. He's disappeared. I also, one of the props that I have the very first squareness gun from Empty Child. So I do have that, and then I have a replica of it that was a much, another version that was done. So I have lots of stuff, and lots of it was acquired. One of my favorites is a book that was on Jack's desk in Torchwood in the hub, and I always referred to it, and if you go back and look, you'll see this book. I put it in different scenes, and it was a 1950s sci-fi book, and it had a fabulous cover on it, and it sat there on my desk, and in the drawer, and when I had to do something, I would play with this book. So when the hub was being destroyed, I took that book. So I have it with me. Not here, anyway. Sorry? Scavengers in Space. That's the book. That's it. Well, good you know that. I love you. There's an Easter egg. First I thought you said pigs in space. I'm like, no, it's not that book. Down at the end. Thank you.
In your entire career, what's your favorite moment or experience?
I usually don't answer those questions. It's like people saying, what do you enjoy most doing? Because I am truly grateful for all of those moments. I'm truly grateful for where I am today. I mean, I have to say this because I don't know if I'll get a chance later, but I have to say thank you to every one of you, because you have allowed me and given me the life that I have always dreamed of as a child. I always wanted to have an action figure. I always wanted to be a hero. And you've also given me a life that I didn't dream I would ever get. So, first of all, that's a thank you. So all those moments in my career, and I'm yet to have many, many more, I do. Scott will be the first one to tell you this. I relish in all of it. That's why I was saying to the guys earlier, walking on the floor, I do not mind walking on the floor and people saying hello and doing things like that. It's truly a thrill for me, and it's a gift. So yeah, there's so many moments. I mean, I'll probably write a book one day, and I'll call it My Magic Moments. It'll be good. Yes.
Hi. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. I've never done this kind of thing before.
Neither have I. Actually, this is my first. I've always done panels with other people, This is, I think, my first solo panel. In America.
I know since Doctor Who and Torchwood obviously have such a huge fan base, I was wondering what aspects in the show do you think make up, like, why do you have this many fans?
Well, I think that's an easy answer for me, because our shows such as Torchwood and Doctor Who, we represent people who actually are out there. And I can say this more so for Torchwood, because Torchwood is my show. And I speak confidently about that. The people that were involved in Torchwood, starting from the beginning and working all the way through, they absolutely represented people who are out in the real world. Our relationships represented actual relationships that were actually going on. Although our stories were a heightened reality, we tackled situations and dealt with things that actually were dealt with in shows, and that's the beauty of sci-fi. We deal with things that other shows are afraid to touch. So I think that's why people and audiences connected with them. And, again, if that's my answer, but if it's not the right answer, if there's a formula, I want to bottle it, and I want to be a gazillionaire. And then I'll share the wealth with everybody. Because God knows the banks don't need it. In the back.
Hello, Jack. As you know, I'm the 10th generation of the Doctor, and this is my companion, Bridget. Hello.
Hi.
We are here because the world is going to end in 2012, about 6 months from now.
Is it? I hate to be you guys on the day after. Sorry, go ahead.
Here's the thing. We're going to try to stop it.
Good.
But in case that does not work, can we give you one last hug?
I would, if you could grab me outside. I can't do it here because I will get in trouble, because then I'm also the person that if I give hugs to people, if everyone will want one, I'll be here for hours. But how about I give you a virtual hug? Ready?
Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome. Yes.
As the owner of a rescue dog, I want to say, thanks again for what you do for Dogs Trust.
Yep.
Now, because she's special needs, getting to the UK is not an option for me most of the time. What can fans here in the US do that, you had mentioned possibly down the line, more Broadway, more concerts out here. What can we do to help make that happen?
Oh, it's not so much, It's more so about, I got to be blunt with you, because I'm a business, I also run my own business. I am the business. It's about cost. And for me to come over here to bring my show over, I have my loyal, my dancers, my band, the J4s, as I call them, and they're very attractive. Both boys and girls. But if I bring all of them over, I have to put them up, I have to give them per diems. I put on the productions with, it costs me, do you know what I mean? So I have to look at the finance to see that there's enough people that are going to come see the show that we can either break even or make a little bit of money, because it's not fun when you lose money. We are looking into it. It's something that is something I really, really want to do. I think it would have to be done in big cities, because that's where most of my following is, in larger cities around the US. So just watch this space. And again, I don't know what you can do. But you guys on blogs and on sites can create such a storm. So if you have an idea, go for it and help it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. In the back.
Well, apparently the TARDIS dropped me here twice, so there's another 10th Doctor right here. So that could be the problem with the world ending, right there. What's your favorite role in a musical?
Again, I don't answer that, because every role I've really loved. I have to say that if I had to choose, one of the shows would be
favorite character then.
Well, again, it's not so much because I like in Miss Saigon. I love playing Chris. It was me getting to be a GI Joe on stage. And Anything Goes, it was being, Anything Goes was the show that made my career. It had the resurgence in my career. Cole Porter's played a huge part in my career, my musical life. I love doing things like, I just did, a few years back, I did Zaza and Lacage. And I love doing that. So there's all sorts of different roles that have meant a great deal to me. And I will choose to do roles because I want to do them, not because somebody is telling me I have to do them. And I'll do them because I find something in the story or the character that I think is either important for people to understand or it's just a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes?
I actually went to Dreamers Workshop with you about 10 years ago.
Oh, who is it? I can't see.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Maureen.
Say it again?
Maureen.
Maureen, oh my God, look at you. How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Well, that's unbelievable. That's really, really incredible. And what, I mean, are you still, I mean, I'm speechless. You're an attractive young woman now. How's your mother?
She's doing really good.
Good, good. And what are you doing now?
I'm a grad student at Columbia. I study animation.
Totally, congratulations. I must say, Maureen, she did I can't remember what the monologue was from. Do you remember?
I
No.
didn't do any monologues. I did a few solos.
Yeah. But Maureen was very, very focused on what she did, and I absolutely adored the fact that she was one of the hardest workers in the workshop. You were, and you really excelled in the stuff that you did. And I'm so glad. Congratulations on everything, really, really. And hey, Dreamers Workshop was a workshop that I used to go back to my high school in Joliet, and I would get kids during the summer. And we'd do what was about a 2 week workshop?
I think so too.
Yeah, 2 week workshop, and we'd work it, and at the end of the 2 weeks we'd do a big performance. And all the young people had to do either monologues or songs, and we did a big couple of big production numbers. Was it fun?
Oh, absolutely.
See? Anyway, perfect.
Yeah, actually, the quick question
Yes.
is, at the end of Miracle Day, it seemed like there were a few unanswered questions or setups for a possible another story. And
Yes.
I'm just wondering, would you continue the story, or what direction do you think it would go in?
I have no idea, because at the moment Torchwood is on a hold. It's and nothing's happening because Russell T Davies is dealing with an issue with he and his partner, and it's a personal issue, and that's not for me to discuss. So, and I think it's pretty much out there that he's not very well, and so we were all asked to put a hold on it because he's not able to write. He's focusing on Andrew, his partner. So there probably could be a future. We don't know. I have to move on to do other things. I can't sit around and wait, but I will always be there when that story is to continue. But having said that, my sister and I have written a Torchwood novel, which picks up after.
Sweet.
And yeah, wait. I'm not stupid. It's almost finished, and it comes out I think it comes out just before or after Hollow Earth. So it's the next installment, and Carol and I have written it in a way that we think it is the perfect movie.
Awesome.
So, listen, the first sequence where you get into it, because we have to introduce the readers in a book to Jack again, so you have to understand what he is and how he's immortal. And can I just tell you, it's frickin' awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome, and it's called Jesus criminy, because we changed the name. Code. I'm trying to think. That's it. Access code.
Thank you so much.
No. Access code. Access code. Yeah. See, we've changed it 3 or 4 times. My sister sends me these emails and she goes, "We've changed it again." What changed what? Well, you know the part where you were supposed to do this and then you were supposed to do this because we changed it. And then I go into these meetings and I talk to people about it. She's like, "It's not the same anymore." Anyway, Maureen, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Catwoman, girl, go get it. Ow! Yes.
Hi, I'm a librarian at the Joliet Public Library. Go us.
Hey, librarians, we love them.
And I just want to know what current reading material is on your nightstand and what you like about it.
I'll tell you right now because I've just bought a couple of new books, and and I haven't started reading them yet because my nightstand has to travel with me. Oh, come on, open up. It was terrible. I've just purchased a book which is called, it's written by Jessica Francis Kane. It's called The Report. It's about a bomb that goes off in central London during the war, and it kills a lot of people. But it's their stories. Oh, this is terrible. How do I get back? Go to the library, you idiot! And I've got about 3 David Sedaris books on here. I've got Chelsea Handler. I was thrilled to find out that Armistead Maupin is a huge fan of mine, and I just bought his most recent book. I've got my 2 autobiographies. I've also got Hollow Earth and a book that I want to reread because Scott's never read it, and I tried to explain to him that it was one of the books I read in high school that I read completely from page to page over the course of a Saturday, like a weekend. You're all going to go, ooh, but I don't care. V.C. Andrews, Flowers in the Attic. Just kiss them! If there be thorns, petals in the wind. Totally gold star. Yes.
When you're on set, do you ever play any pranks?
Always.
Can you tell us about any of them?
No. All I'll say is Eve Miles, when we would when we would be working on the show and we'd be doing our close-ups, and when it's my close-up, obviously, it goes over her shoulder to me, and I do the close-up, and then when we turn around, it goes over my shoulder to her, and Eve just never would keep a straight face, because I'd be doing something, I'd have, there's something there or whatever. But the other night I went to see her in the play she was in with Zach Braff in London, and there was a bit where they were. This is not going to be funny to you, but it's funny to me, and it made me laugh. And it shows the kind of connection that Eve and I have. I was in the audience, and there was this whole speech going on about. What was it? They were talking about the movie with Charlton Heston and Moses, and the other girl called him Charlton Moses. For some reason, I found that really funny. She was like, yeah, the guy who was in the first Planet of the Apes movie, Charlton Moses? Well, I peed myself. Eve heard me laughing, and Zach Braff is trying to do a speech to her about Charlton Moses, really intense, and Eve is crying because she can hear me going, Charlton Moses! In the audience. In front of about 1,500 people, and she's crying on stage because she hears me. In front of her co-star, who's trying to be serious and give a really dramatic speech. And at the end of it, he just looked at her and he went... So we went out for drinks that night afterwards, and I said to her, all I need to say to you, Eve Miles, you were good, but Charlton Moses. And she said, I hate you, because now every time that speech goes, she's not going to be able to look at him. Yes! In the back. Oh, there's one. Oh, one in the front. There you go.
I had a kind of jazz-related question. At the end of Miracle Day, I won't spoil it for people who haven't seen it, although you should.
I'll just go ahead. If they haven't seen it by now, forget about them. Have y'all seen it? Yeah. Do you want us to spoil it or no? No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Yes.
Well, let's just say there's a major change with Jack.
There's a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your takes on that?
I don't really think about it that much because it's one of the things. Sorry, I have to edit your microphone. I'll buy you a new one. The thing that I do as an actor, I get given the script. I trust the writers, Jane Espenson and Russell T. Davies. I absolutely adore. So what they give me, I go with it, and I don't analyze it too much. I'm not one of those actors. So I think it's a great thing because it opens up a lot of stories. It also, if there were to be more, it continues down another route that we can go down, and it adds another dimension to the characters. So I'm all for changes. That's one thing that Torchwood has done every year. They have changed. Torchwood has had to change because we've been given different challenges. We've moved from network, different to channels on a network. We've moved from network to network. So we've always tried to stay fresh and up with things. And I think that's the beauty of what Torchwood is. It's always changing, always evolving, and always something different.
Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, before you go, can I video everybody waving? Can you do that for me? Hold on. If I get the damn, talk amongst yourselves. No, that's the wrong thing. That's the camera. Okay. Here, this is what I look like.
My mother almost bought that.
Ready? Can you all say, hi, Mom, hi, Dad? 3, 2, 1.
Nobody wants you. Nobody wants you.
Look, Mom, they liked me! Anyway, I think is that it?
Yeah,
Am I done? Oh, I could have done another half hour.
You'll be signing all weekend though, right?
Sorry?
You're signing all weekend though, right?
I'm signing all weekend, yeah. I'm later today and also tomorrow. Apparently the line's huge. I should be. Anyway, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. I love doing it. Thank you for having me. Thank you for wanting me. It's fun. I hope to do more in the future. Yeah. Anyway, that's it, I guess. Great. Turn the mic on. That's great. They will scream as part of TV's favorite team.